Greetings. Mike here with the Administrators. Well, let's analyze today's news. Let's cover the news. My take on the news. Started off early this morning, and it's sad. We have to have people running around shooting people for no good reason at all. Where's the love? It's difficult to even go there. But, it's the times. It is the times. And they're causing some craziness. And people are in a lockdown between the reptilian complex and the limbic system. And that's not a good place to live. It's not a good place to live. Now, some people can't be locked down. They can't be locked down. This mind cannot be locked up. Cannot be controlled. And the mask, the chin strap, the muzzle, does 1,000 things, but it doesn't protect anyone from any illness. Very little, minuscule. I do a lot of research. I've used the term recently, information is my superpower. It's one of them, just one. Fauxsee is a weapon of mass destruction. Yeah, that one little guy is a weapon of mass destruction. Him and his mask, another weapon of mass destruction. And the media is complicit, and they are the delivery system, the fuel for the force of darkness. The manufacture of cortisol is killing more people than the COVID. They're going to chalk it up to the COVID. Now you're going to get a jab. The jab, not a vaccine, it's an experiment. And everybody is jumping in line for an experiment. Double your pleasure, double your fun. You people are juicy fruit. Getting the spearmint. Bam. Mint means mind. Government to control mind. Oh, and they're doing a good job via the media. The media sure is helping them control one side of the government. And we're back to the dark side. Let's get back to the dark side. See, when you had a white horse in there, they did their best to get rid of him. They just tromped him all the time. Tromped him down. Even the guys that were on his side got bought off. Something changed their mind. It's exactly why Putin and Trump got along. And exactly why Biden, who seems to be very friendly with China doesn't care much for Putin. Putin is an alchemist. I have more respect for Putin than I do Biden, Harris, Pelosi, Schumer, any of the shit crew. Any of that shit shack crew there. They're communists. These people running your country run by communists under the guise of socialists, giving away some more money. Print it, give it away, make it worthless. Yeah, I'm so sad for the Asian people that have to fear going out in public. It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. These people had nothing to do with this. Now they kind of want to throw that at Trump too, because he calls it the China virus, the Hunan. And hey, it's where it came from. I mean, why do our people have to be so ignorant that they go out and kill over this frustration? That's the four-mule the four-mule indoctrination system, because we don't have an education system. We don't have one of those. We have a system of programming. So they have slaves, workhorses in their beast system. Because this beast system's 2,000 years old. Yes, it's 2,000 years old. As I've said before, they cut off our noses. Got your nose. They cut off our noses. Been harvesting that crop for 2,000 years. Of course they're in panic mode because so many people are in the awakening, the remembering. Of course they're in panic mode. So they're throwing it on us, throwing it on you. I ain't taking it. Doesn't bother me a bit. Not a little bit. I've never been locked down, done everything I wanted to do, gone everywhere I wanted to go. If they didn't like the mask on, if I had to wear the mask, I'd just walk away, shop at another place. The only people promoting the cabal are in the cabal. Apparently most of our government. As I recall years ago, haven't heard them for a while, but there was actually a rock and roll band, the Presidents of the United States. They had a little ditty about peaches. I have a little ditty about impeaches. Hey, impeaches the President of the United States. Hey, 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 what do you say? Let's impeach the President of the United States and the rest of the crew, That goes for Harris. That goes for Pelosi. That goes for Schumer. And all the rest of the shit crew. Hey, let me put my glasses on because my little ditty's down here. Wrote a little song about it. Oh, yeah. If I had my way, I'd impeach him today. Millions of people want to be free. Millions of leeches want their peaches for free. There's the problem. Millions of leeches want their peaches for free. If I had my way, I'd impeach him today. Now, millions of people are just biding time on the Beggin Strip. I got a blue Solo cup with a pan handle on it. Blue Solo cup. That's pretty damn low. Biding time on the Beggin Strip. Yeah. Out on a limb. Without any cash in the kitty. Hey. Now you got to remember this is all kind of inspired by the presidents of the United States. It's all inspired by the presidents. So be peachy, be cheeky, easy on the freaky. When your melon is swelling, impeach the problem away. Impeach the problem away. If I had my way, I'd impeach that problem today. Impeach the entire government. Okay? Impeach them all away. I really like that one line, though. Where is it? Millions of people want to be free. I don't want to be on lockdown. But 47% of the populace want their peaches for free. Those leeches want their peaches for free. Impeach. Anyway, biding time on the Beggin Strip. Yeah, it's a sad state of affairs. They want to give money to every foreign country out there, which I don't. That's okay. But when they're not taking care of the people that live here in America, it's a problem. And when they make statements like they're going to protect the least among us and then sign off big deals to provide abortion in foreign countries, that's just evil, pure evil. Everybody says, God bless America, God bless America. Well, God ain't going to bless America. Nah, ain't going to do it until America decides to quit killing little babies in the womb. Try to take God out of the country. This country was actually built, by Masons. But the first textbooks in school were Bibles, and they were printed by our government. And there's never been any separation of church and state. They're that close. The Vatican controls it. Because they've had a head start of everything. A 2,000-year-old head start on all this. Because they have the gnosis. They have the third eye sight. You call these guys popes, and they're not. They're fakes, they're frauds. Way back, if you had enough money, you're the king. If you have enough money, you're the pope. You got enough money, you buy your way in. Sell the Vatican. Feed the hungry. Clothe them. Clothe the naked. Put shoes on some feet. House them. Control takes a lot of forms. And a mind that was raised by the system, in the system, for the system, doesn't know it's part of the system. It just doesn't. It's part of the programming. You have to break free in here. You have to go somewhere in here. You have to go somewhere so deep in here that you don't see this bullshit out here anymore. You see through this bullshit out here. The first miracle was water to wine. We're going to go back to that. We're also going to repent, because repent means to go back to 5. So you go back to 5, and you knock down the middle blocks that were installed by others. Because up to like 5, 7, you're a sponge for this shit. And that's all that was put in there was garbage. Garbage in, garbage out. Yeah, you got to repent. You got to go back to 5. You got to knock down the middle blocks. You got to do your own research. You got to do your own inner engineering. You got to become the quantum physician. You got to become the quantum mechanic. You got to become the magician. The magi is right there. The genie is within. Check my Popeye video. Olive oil. The olive's in the medulla oblongata. It anoints the cerebral spinal fluid. The Christos. Living waters. Milk and honey. It's all here in the endocrine system. Religion hijacked spirituality for the prophets. You know, everybody, they kneel at the pine pew and do this thing. You know, the 4 corners. But the deal would be to anneal the pineal. Pineal. And that's temperament. That's how you obtain temperament. It's the battle of fire and ice. The hot and the cold. I put one of these together earlier and I threw it away. Trashed it. I got kind of harsh. I got a little harsh. But I do find it just ridiculous that people just want to harm other people. Fear, you know. It'll play tricks on you all by itself. That's why you can't have these thoughts. That's why you got to vibrate it a little higher rate. See the reset? The reset's the base of the baseline is above the heart. You got to get that reset above the heart. The heart chakra. You know, it's green. The heart chakra is green. Green sleeves. It's springtime. Things are green again. It's new. St. Patrick's Day. It's all green. Marching in. Got Ishtar coming up. Easter. See, that was hijacked. Ishtar and Ostara. Eostara. A goddess from in spring, you know. If you know your myths, you won't Mithra. Because they're all trying to tell you the same story. It's all the same story and the same tale and the same lore. The simplest and easiest. It's the Garden of Eden and the Forest of Odin. The Garden of Eden and the Forest of Odin. Get back to nature. With Odin, the single-eyed god. Tor. Yeah, Tor's at the spin of the center of everything. The Taurus field. Bluto the bully and the Taurus field. That's what that's all about. You got two Taurus fields. You got Taurus field in each hemisphere of the brain. You have to steer the Taurus field in the left to be led by the Taurus field in the right. That's led to gold. Gold is ore and ore is light. See how we got around the mountain there with Dinah? The Dine is the enlightened person. Jethro Bodine. And Uncle Jed was a Jedi. And you can just see Granny is Yoda, of course. And then Ellie Mae is the princess. And Jane Hathaway. She always had the book close to her heart, the appointment book. Are you in that book of life? You had the old equipment. And jalopy gets you anywhere, though. Double Knot Spy. Of course he was. He was great at it. Double knot. That's infinity. 8. H. Those are symbols of infinity. Seven is divine. That's divinity. That's why James Bond is beyond. One step beyond, two steps back. Yeah. Stone River, water ain't running no more. Stone River, water ain't running no more. They dammed it up and jammed it. Rearranged and damned it. Stone River, water ain't running no more. And fish ain't swimming. Fish ain't swimming. Can't remember quite that line. They ain't swimming no more. And people don't seem to care. Leon was singing of Roll Away the Stone. Yeah, well, Peter is the rock, and Peter has the keys to the kingdom. So, see where we're going with this? Hey, what key are you in? You in the key of C? To infinity? See the island in there? Do a flyby. Go through Golden Eye. I've flown through Golden Eye so many times on that magic carpet ride. Right through the Matrix. Take a little drip. Take a little drip. Take a little trip on DMT. See, I talk about DMT. I even have the DMT Research Foundation. .com. Yeah, it's just sitting there parked. In lockdown? Nah, it's just sitting there ready to go. So we got to crack the nut. The nut needs a cracking. But somebody made this, I hear this, we could buy this DMT, smoke this DMT. Hey, it's right in here. Make it. Learn to make it. Wyandotte. That's water to wine. That's what the Wyandotte's all about. The shaman know. So the tribe know, the medicine man know. Plant medicine will take you there. Hey, they're starting to figure out that a good dose of psychoactive drugs will reset the baseline for you, show you things you need to see to turn you on, tune you in, and trip the light fantastic. Dance the Wawatusi. Take the spiritual voyage there with Popeye, the sailor man. See the anchor, the onk. Another key. Oh yeah, back to Uncle Jed, the black gold, the Texas tea. It's melanin in your system. Melanin, what makes you tan. Determines the color of your skin. Melanin. Now how melanin operates. It actually turns the cerebral spinal fluid into H2O2 gas. And the O2 gas goes out and absorbs free radicals. Got any free radicals? Now that is very much symbology of Pharaoh and his army chasing the Israelites in the Red Sea, crashing down on Pharaoh's army. So if you really understand symbology, if you really understand scripture, you'll find Christian, Muslim, Hebrew, y'all Hindu. Yes, you're all Hindu. And there is one sun, and it's up there in the sky. Rah, rah, rah. So we've been in the age of Pisces. We're exiting that. That's gone. It's over. It's done. That was water world. We're in the sky now. We're flying now. It's all about Aquarius. And scripture says, follow the man with the jar of water into the next age. And the man with the jar of water is the Native Americans, indigenous people of North and South America. And that's who we follow into the next age. The next age, takes a couple 100 years just to get in, just to get a foot in the door. So, see, we're just here on the verge. We're just close to the edge, getting started, ramping this up. It can be ramped up slow. It can be ramped up fast. That's up to you. Spreading the word like wildfire. See, the fire's in here, and that's how the world's destroyed. Here. The planet, it will not be destroyed. The people on it, maybe. It can sustain us. There's plenty here. There is no lack. They just want to tell you that. They want more. They're greed. They just want to rape and pillage the planet. So they have a good time while they're here. And hope they're reborn in a family that it's on the inside, so that this knowledge is handed down again. Your hand-me-down ways. That's how you're living, from your hand-me-down ways. Change it. Reset the baseline above the heart. Like I said, go in, see inner engineering, meditate. Meditation is mediation, is medication. You want some instant healing? Meditate. The Alpha 2 Omega, the Aleph Tav. We communicate at Theta. In prayer, we talk to God. In meditation, God talks to us. But you got to get there. You got to go nowhere. You got to be there. In the middle of nowhere. Lie in the green pastures of the quantum field. Monkey up the tree of life. The sycamore tree Zacchaeus climbed. See, Zacchaeus wasn't short, as tall as anybody else. He was a publican, he was rich, he wouldn't run, go do anything. He humbled himself. See, this is all symbology. Couldn't see past the crowd. He was so short? No. Couldn't see past his ego or his carnal mind. Anyway, monkeyed up the tree. The sycamore tree is a fig tree. A fig tree is the same tree the Buddha is enlightened under. The fig tree. The fig flowers on the inside, not the out. Symbology. The holy cow, it's the holy Taurus field. It's where everything happens. The drum is the hyperboloid. Rumpa-pum-pum. The bowl, the Super Bowl. Oh yeah, from an atom to a galaxy, they're the same. Plane of inertia is right in there too, for all you flat earthers. Yeah, bounce around on that. Bounce that, would ya? I get a kick out of Zappa. That song about cosmic debris. Cosmic debris. Hey, you want to know something? Jump in. You'll find it in that cosmic debris. All the answers are in the cosmic debris. If you've had a thought, it's out there. Somebody else can go find it, access it. Because all thoughts and all memory are out here. Hugin and Munin flying around out there. Odin's ravens are Hugin and Munin, and they're flying around out there. Raven's milk, that's DMT. Seeing stars? How many bars are on your cell phone? More bars and more places. Yeah, drink it up. The jab. Let's go to the jab for a minute. Let's talk about gnosis, the jab. It's an experiment. It's not even a vaccine. They want to put an experiment in people. That's a guinea pig. This is against the law. This is a crime. Except you guys are accepting it. You know, you're letting them do it. You're just taking it. No. Something tells me that there's two shots. There's a shot for the general populace, and there's a shot for the TV, and that's B12 or something. For show. Well, I think I've rambled enough. How about giving you something to think about? But if you go in here, and if we'll consciously make an effort to change our minds to a little love and compassion, get that back. Quit being afraid of your fellow man, because that's part of their plan. Be afraid of fellow man. He could kill me just by if he touched me. Like a little children, oh, he looked at me. They touched me. Oh, they touched me. See, that's the thing about going back to 5 and putting in new blocks, getting rid of the old blocks, the middle blocks, putting in some new steps, a new program. Get rid of the war machine. See the Pentagon? It needs to be gone. It sure does. Because it's the war machine. On one side they got to have war, but they want peace, Violence is not going to be the answer. Bigger bombs is not going to be the answer. Artificial intelligence is not going to be the answer. Getting back to nature and back to the land, protecting the land, caring for the land, because it's a community. Just like your body is a community of 50 trillion cells, the Earth's a community. You're part of that community. You can't be scraping down the forests, the trees. It's not because they give us air. They don't give us that much. They take enough. They provide air for themselves a little bit more. Really, most of the oxygen comes from the sea. And that cycle and that system needs protected. And the rainforest is part of it. To feed those little tiny creatures at sea that pop, create oxygen. Mentioned we were coming up on Easter, Ostara, Ishtar. See, the goddess finds a little bird in the snow at wintertime. It's still winter. It's almost spring. Finds a little frozen bird, breathes life into the frozen bird. The little bird turns into a rabbit. I don't know why. This is the lore. It's old German stuff. Odin, Wooden. Wabbits. Wascally wabbits. Hares. It's the hairs. Nose hairs. Cross hairs. Cross eyes. Put it all together. What do you got? Anywho. But the rabbit, it doesn't have wings and can't fly like it used to. It's not the same. It's sad. So once a year it's allowed to lay eggs. Big deal. But that's the egg thing. Or one of them. A lot of cultures have a lot of ways of telling the same little story. But it's the eggs and, it's reproduction, it's springtime. They come out of their burrows, their little rabbit holes, and they hop around and dance. A lot of hopping going along, reproduce. And a rabbit, see, can be pregnant in the burrow, can have a litter, can be pregnant, and get pregnant. How does that work? Can have a litter going and get pregnant. It's like nonstop. And I do believe they call them kits, these little baby rabbits. Kits. And the rabbi gives you rabies in the Catholic Church. Not the Hebrew rabbis, just the Catholic ones. They're the ones that hijacked everything. Constantine was a con man. They weren't called the Vatican back then. They were Templars or something. Who knows? All the names they've been called through the years, call themselves. But all these Ivy League colleges, with their private, what do you call it, their skull and bone stuff, all the presidents, all the big shots, they're out of that skull and bone stuff. They gotta be part of that secret society stuff. Part of the club. The club will whack you if they get mad at you. You don't know what they tell you. But it's a pretty big club now. Trying to control 7 billion people or more. They're out of control. And 7 billion people are going to go, we're tired of this shit. Real quick. And that's what it is. Once they see through the bullshit, it'll be over. Once enough people see through the bullshit, it will be over. So it's a matter of time. It's just a matter of time. How many go into the mind? How many are going to listen? Alice's restaurant. Al means the, so the ice. You frozen? Or does the river flow? Is the candle on? Or has it been covered? Religion, the church, is a hindrance to entering the temple. It's a hindrance. They don't go there. They don't want you to go there. They've never been there. I've had preachers want to fight me because I told them there was no one named Jesus that walked the planet at the time of Jesus. Yeah. I know that started some real problems with these morons. Yeah. They're so one-minded. They've been brainwashed so well, so well, so well that they don't even, they don't even know the truth. They don't know the truth. But I had to explain to him real quick how that the original King James Version of the Bible, there's no J in it. J wasn't invented yet. The J didn't come around till 1524. That's what hooked you. The J, they hooked you up there with a J. J Zeus, Jupiter Zeus. See, in Greek, ancient Greek, there's a word Zezus, Zeezis, and it means spark of life. Z actually means light. T means light. N means the sun. Su means you. S-U, S-U-N. Su means you. You, son. And everything fits perfectly. There are no coincidences. So you be the lamb of Bethlehem. Thalem is the lamb. Lose your two front teeth, you can no longer say Thalem, but you can still say Thalem. Or excuse me, you can no longer say Thalem, but you can still say Salem. Take the H out of Salem and you're at Shalom. Or yeah. Take the H out of Shalom and you're at Salem. The mate of Aleph is Sadeh. T-S-A-D-E. Sadeh. Now here's what before I go there, see what everybody thinks that the Vikings were these pagans and they were non-spiritual. No, they were very spiritual people. The Odin in the single eye. They had two crosses in their characters for their writing. One cross was a need, the other was a gift. P means joy. And you'll notice the X with a P in it. Well, the cross of joy. Have you crossed over to that part of the cross? The joyous part, or the part where, it's just death and gore? Because it's all symbology. You want to know when John the Baptist's head gets cut off? See, the sun makes a track, and it's a figure 8. So when it crosses over this way, the equator, and it comes back, when it crosses over that time, that's when it takes John's head off in symbology. Oh yeah, and the demons, the dragon that brings a third of the heavens with him. Let's cover that real quick, because I don't want you to be fearing a bunch of this nonsense. Yes, there's a constellation, Draco the dragon. And when Draco is so large, Draco takes up 4 months of sky. It's a big constellation. That's a third of heavens. So as Draco falls, and they all fall with him. Yes, they're all coming down. There's poetry of sailors on shore, stranded, crying that they can't sail because there is a navigational star in Draco. And if it's too low, they can't see it to go anywhere. I don't know why they can't find the North Star, but it's just old lore. Some more lore for ya. Sword in the stone? Yeah. Cracking the nuts of cracking, let it out, let the water out of the stone. Be the king. Author, write your own script. Pin your own tail on your own ass there. Pin the tail on a donkey, you know. Quit getting spun around. Take the blinders off. Take the pin and pin your own tail. Not some other jackass. Yeah, King Arthur and his court at the round table. Yeah, that's the Mazzaroth. The big wheel that keeps on turning. It's the Zodiac. The endless age, we're in it. We are. It's because the age of Aquarius enters the age of Capricorn seamlessly. No turmoil like Pisces to Aquarius. Won't be like this. Seamless. It's the endless age. The great event. You know, we just had the great conjunction. But there is also what's known as the great event. It's not talked about much, but it's been known for thousands of years. See, Egyptians were much, much, much more advanced than us. A lot of peoples were much more advanced than us. They understood those heavens. They understood that sun, how it operates. They understood how the planets interact with the sun. The timing. See, the sun flip-flops positive, negative charge in the electrons that flood, the electron flood. So we got to have that electron flood to survive. That's why we can't leave the planet. We can't be, they're wasting time trying to go to Mars, think they're ever going to live there, shoot people up there to stay. It ain't going to happen. Can't live without that sunlight. Can't be done. So they're just spending money, pissing it away. They could be feeding people. And there is no smallest particle for those guys with their super collider. You're not going to find it. Quit looking. Infinite goes in every direction. And that's proved. That can be proved with just 2 dimensions. You don't even have to go 3. And put you in a box and take you to infinity. Put you in a box and take you to infinity. And that's, yeah. Got time? Let's go. So yeah, you can go to a place where there is no time. But you experience all time. Intent and purpose. The answers are out there if you go find them. The questions are there too. You might have an answer to one of those questions. See, here's my problem with abortion. Back in the 90s, I think 1 out of every 3 chairs at high school graduation should be left empty for an aborted child. It's a lot of kids. Which one of those had the answer to the problem that we need solved? Which one of those could pull energy out of the sky? You know, just that energy right there. Power the planet for decades. Just right there. Oh, and you, by the way, you're like a battery or a capacitor. Because each one of those 50 trillion cells manufactures about 1.4 volts of electricity, that cannot be created or destroyed, only transformed or returned to cinder for redistribution. And that's how you're out of the body, back with Christ. It's His energy. There's only one vine. We're all connected to it. One energy. And a billion. You know, we got 7 billion people on the planet. So we have 7 billion worlds. That's 7 billion worlds. Each person's basically a world. If they look at this planet different, everyone sees it different. Their perspective's different. They don't see what you see. Very few see what you see. They ain't seeing it the way you're seeing it. And you can't understand why. You don't see it and they don't see it. And you can't get there from here. Anyway, I've been rambling. But take the mask off. Reach out and touch somebody. Hug somebody. Have it your way. Quit letting fools tell you how to live, what to do. That's just mind control. And see who's going to do it. And how many are we, how hard is it going to be to control them? They're all little tests, and we've been failing them for years and years and years. And they just get tougher all the time, don't they? Yeah, reach out, touch someone, take the mask off, breathe in, breathe deep. Because it's breath work that will take you in. So breathe, get your breathe right strip, and get off the begging strip. Quit biding time. Enjoy your time in the den, Odin, for your rest of life. Eden for the Garden of Delight. See lightweights? It's up to the right. Go in, get it, bring it out. That's what it's all about. And, well, that's enough ramble tonight. This will take who knows how long to upload. Anyway, peace, shalom, all that jazz.